Hey ladies, it's 𝐂𝐥𝐢𝐼𝐴 here, holistic womb specialist. And today I want to talk about a really exciting topic, how to know that your fibroids are shrinking, okay? How to know that your fibroids are shrinking, how to know that your body is healing. I get this question so much and I wanted to cover it in a video. I actually did this video a few months ago, but I wanted to do a new and improved version of this video, okay? So if you're watching this, be sure to like the video. Okay, and also be sure to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, all right? So this is for women that are on their fibroid shrinking journey. Also, if you have ovarian cysts, the same thing applies. That are, if you are, trying to shrink your cyst naturally, this also applies to you as well, all right? So also make sure you share this video with somebody you know that, again, is on their womb healing journey. So I know that a lot of women are on this journey. They know, especially women that follow me, they know that your body can heal naturally. You don't need all these procedures and all these surgeries. All you need is your body to activate your body's healing capabilities and provide the environment for your body to heal, okay? So let's talk about it, all right? How do you know that your fibroids are shrinking, right? So as you're on your womb healing journey, as you're on your fibroid shrinking journey, right? When you've put in the work, when you've addressed the root causes, okay? That's really important. You address what caused fibroids to develop in the first place. You're going to feel, and for some people, they're able to feel this within like a month, 2 months, 3 months, depending on the person, the location of the fibroid, how long they've been struggling with fibroids, and the toxic load in the body, right? Your menstrual cycles are going to be so much better. Women that have fibroids and ovarian cysts typically have really chaotic menstrual cycles, from heavy, menstrual cycles to clots to, I always say this, your menstrual cycle should not be longer than 3 to 4 days. So women that have fibroids typically have longer menstrual cycles than that, and even if they don't, they tend to experience the bloating, all of these issues, right? So you're gonna see a huge improvement in your menstrual cycles. They're gonna be shorter. They're gonna be, again, within that 3-4 day mark. For some people, if they have long cycles, like let's say your cycle is 7 to 8 days, the next cycle may be 6 to 7. Like, you're gonna see it start to decrease, right? You're also gonna just have a better experience when it comes to your cycle. You're not gonna be feeling the pain. The cramps are going to subside. No more cramps before or during your cycle. You're not gonna see clots anymore. And with some people, it slows down before, everybody's different, right? So some people, let me give you an example. Some people that are used to seeing heavy clots as their fibroids are shrinking, the next cycle, the clots may be a lot less, and then before it clears up eventually. But some people are able to see like the clots go away within the next cycle. Some people are able to get those fast results, okay? Especially if you work with me. Some people are able to see massive results very soon, okay? So actually quite a lot of women that I've worked with have seen their next menstrual cycle, again, become so much better. Then again, that it just depends on what's going on in the body and the toxicity load, and how long you've had this issue, because some people have had this issue for like decades, So really, really important. But you're gonna see your cycle get better. It's not gonna last as many days. You're not gonna feel all this pain, all these symptoms that you're used to feeling. So that's number one. That's like one of the most always the first sign women see that their fibroids are shrinking is the cycles get better, okay? Then another thing you're going to see is that your body starts releasing waste a lot easily, a lot more easily. So like, what does that mean? Number one, you're gonna have more frequent bowel movements. A lot of women that have fibroids tend to, again, probably have a bowel movement maybe once every other day. I've heard even a couple times a week, and I scream when I hear stuff like that. Like, even if it's once a day, that is just not often enough. You have to understand that when you have fibroids, when you have these reproductive health issues, you're holding a lot of waste in the body. You're holding a lot of toxicity in the body, and it has to come out some way, whether that's through waste, bowel movements, urine, you want your elimination pathways in the body to be open, right? You don't want it to be blocked, right? So it's really important. There are different ways that the body does detox, but the main way is, through bowel movements. So you're gonna see more frequent bowel movements than before. And I tend to see some women kind of like question this and panic when is that normal? I'm like, yes, like your body's releasing waste, right? I've even heard women who are having get on this journey, It may be even increased to 3 to 4 times a day, which is totally fine. Understand that as your body you're having those bowel movements, your body's getting rid of waste that has been trapped up inside your body for some people years, right? That needs to release before your body can start to heal, okay? So you're gonna notice that, and that's totally normal, okay? People like to go to, like, for example, there are other ways to detox, like sweating. People like to go to saunas. Like, this is, again, we have to open up the elimination pathways, right? We have to, like, start getting our lymphatic system, again, moving like it's supposed to, right? So it's really important because when you have fibroids, your body's dealing with a lot of stagnation, a lot of buildup. So we have to start to break that down, okay? So that's a sign that you're gonna see that your body's releasing waste a lot easier too. You're not gonna experience the constipation and all this crap that you were experiencing before, more than likely, if you have fibroids, okay? Another thing is, no more anemia. No more anemia. When it comes to women that have fibroids, anemia is like one of the main, one of the huge fibroid symptoms is anemia. And a lot of women don't take this seriously. You have to understand that when your body does not have enough iron, it cannot operate the way it's supposed to. Like, your vital organs are not getting enough oxygen. And this can be very detrimental. A lot of people don't understand how detrimental anemia can be. So you should know, and if you're working with me, your anemia, it takes less than a month I don't care how low your levels are, it takes less than a month to get your body out of that zone of having very little iron. It takes less than a month to see your number drastically increase to the point where you're in a normal zone, right? So it's really, really important that you understand, like, when you have anemia, number one, that's the first thing you want to tackle before even worrying about the fibroids. You have to tackle, because your fibroids are not going to shrink if you're anemic. Your body cannot operate the way it's supposed to if it's anemic. Your body's deteriorating when you're losing iron, right? When you're losing too much blood. So we have to stop the blood loss, and I'm not talking about taking medication, but through your habits, right? Because this is how, when you take those medications that stop your blood flow, or on birth control, we have to stop doing those things that work against our body. You want to when it comes to your body, be careful about what you put into it. That's another thing I want to mention, because I had a video recently go semi-viral on TikTok, by the way, and I was talking about how I was talking to women and telling, to women that have cycles that are longer than 3 to 4 days. Your cycle, your period should not be longer than 3 to 4 days. And I got a lot of comments on that video. Some people did not agree, which is totally fine, because they're not, again, a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't look at health holistically. They don't understand that their menstrual cycle is their body's fifth vital sign. So, unfortunately, right, we've been taught that bleeding for 7 to 10 days is normal, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? That's not normal. And you're talking to somebody that used to bleed a lot, because I used to deal with fibroids. If you haven't watched my video on my fibroid journey yet, okay, make sure you watch that. I recorded it last year, so you should be able to find it if you scroll down. Maybe I will link it in the description box of this video, okay? So when it comes to when it comes to you getting rid of your fibroids, when it comes to you shrinking your fibroids, you're gonna notice the overall sense of wellness, right? So the things that you used to struggle with before, low vitamin D, anemia, all of these deficiencies, you're gonna see that your levels start getting higher. You're gonna start seeing the color in your face again, okay? Because listen, when you're anemic, a lot of you don't notice, because I didn't notice this when I was going through it, right? You're very pale, right? You're a lot of people have, dark circles around their eyes, things like that. None of that stuff is normal. You don't look alive and vibrant and glowing. That's a healthy person. That's a healthy woman, right? And if you're, I could always look at somebody and tell the difference between a healthy person and a person that's not healthy. Most people can't. I've been doing this for a while, so that's why I could tell, right, by looking at somebody, but most people can't. And when I'm working with my clients, I just see as they work with me in the program, they just I see when they first come in looking kind of lifeless and, dull complexion. I'm not saying you're not beautiful. We're all beautiful, but there's a dullness there when your body is drained of blood, when you're dealing with reproductive health issues, right? When your body's not at its optimum level. And then I see that the increase in just their vibrant, the life in their eyes, woo, and them becoming their true self, right? So as you're on this healing journey, you're just gonna see, like, you know, you may not notice it, but maybe you could, you know, people in your lives will notice it. They're like, wow, your skin looks great. Wow, you're glowing. Wow, you know, they're gonna see that, right, in you. Like, your eyes look just like, you know, brighter, and they're gonna see that in you. That's the body's healing. Women don't understand that when it comes to fibroids, it's a full body issue. It is not just a uterine issue, okay? Your body is dealing with lots of toxicity in the body. There's a lot of, when we're dealing with fibroids, there's hormonal imbalances. Your body's out of balance. You are out of balance. You are not operating in your highest capacity, in your true being, in your true self, okay? The highest version of yourself, right? And you deserve that. You owe that to yourself. That's why it's so important to go on this journey. And you could do all the surgeries in the world. You're not going to experience true health. And I've been hearing another comment I keep hearing, and I heard on that video that went viral was, oh, you know, I had a partial hysterectomy due to fibroids or due to heavy bleeding. Wrong page for that. We do not encourage women taking out their, whether it's partial or full, we do not encourage on my channel, this is a holistic channel, women taking out their parts. You heal your organs. You do not take them out. So anybody that has that scheduled or even thinking about that, listen. And women that have had these procedures, ask the doctors how much waste is in the body during that time. Ask the doctors like the side effects of this stuff, because you're not hearing that. You're only hearing, oh, I took out my uterus, I no longer have fibroids and heavy bleeding. But you're not hearing the other health issues that they've traded that in for, because they never addressed the root cause. Don't allow that to be you. Don't allow that to be you. Always address the root cause, okay? Very, very important. So we don't do surgery. We don't do, because again, we're not addressing the root cause. That is not us operating our best selves. That is not us trusting our bodies. And that is not us creating an environment for our body to heal. Moving parts and, you know, getting cut open. We don't do that. Not for reproductive health, okay? Now, you're not, for ladies that have fibroids, especially as they grow bigger, they tend to have this frequent urination, because the fibroids start pressing on other organs, and the fibroid, as it grows bigger, that's why you have to get ahead of your fibroids sooner than later. That's why I say do not sit on your fibroids, because they just grow bigger. But as they grow bigger, they tend to press on organs. Number one, once they start pressing on the bladder, you're gonna feel the urgency to urinate a lot more often, and it's gonna be so bad that you're not gonna be able to hold it like you were before, right? So women have had accidents, like many accidents, or like they feel like they have to, like, you know how you're in the car, you're in traffic, and you have to use the bathroom, but you can hold it. But women that have fibroids that are pressing on the bladder, they typically feel like they can't hold it. Like it gets that bad. Like it's like, oh, I have to go now, or I'm, you know, almost like they can't even make it to the bathroom. And some women, it gets so bad that they're not able to empty their bladder out while they're using the bathroom. So once it starts pressing on organs, it really does take an even bigger toll on your quality of life. Fibroids on its own is bad enough. Like when it starts affecting, it's bad enough with the symptoms, right? And most people don't even know that they're experiencing fibroid symptoms, which is sad. But once it gets to that point, it gets this is when it really like controls your entire life. And as a woman, listen, it's hard enough being a woman. Especially, we live in a society that is anti-feminine, but that's a whole other conversation, right? I'm about to do another video on that. But it's hard enough being a woman. So adding that on reproductive health issues, how can you operate in your purpose? How can you like operate at your capacity when you're suffering with fibroids, when you're having fibroids press on your bladder, when you're letting it control your life? You deserve better than that, okay? You deserve better than that. So as your body's healing, you're no longer, that fibroid is shrinking, you're no longer gonna feel that urgency to urinate as often. You're gonna be able to actually hold it. Now there's a difference, right? Because as you guys start increasing, because when women are like on their fibroid shrinking journey, they're increasing their hydration as they should, okay? So if you weren't drinking enough water or eating things that with water content, if you weren't doing that before, then yes, you're gonna see an increase of urinating, which is totally fine, and moving your bowels, which is totally fine. Yes, that's fine. There's a difference between that and the urgency to urinate and you can't hold it. It's so bad. Like that's that the fibroid is doing that, right? You know, we should understand the difference, right? So as women start healing, as their fibroids start shrinking, it's no longer pressing so hard on that bladder, you're gonna notice that the urgency is not as potent. It's not as, it's not as like you have to do it now or right this second, or you're gonna, urinate on yourself, right? You're gonna have an accident. You are actually able to empty your bladder when you go to the bathroom, right? So you're not gonna see those problems anymore, right? So which is, again, once it gets that bad, that's when it's really bad, okay? Do not allow your fibroids to get so large, which I see a lot of women do, before you actually do something about it. Do not allow them to, I see women waiting until they're bleeding out. They're bleeding, for 15 days in a row, heavy bleeding and clots, and to the point where they have to be rushed to the emergency room before they get help with their fibroids, before they take holistic action with their fibroids. Don't be that person. Okay, don't wait till it gets so bad. Not saying that it still can't resolve, because I guess I had clients who have waited to that point and they're still able to see huge success and get rid of the fibroid. But why wait till it gets that bad? Why wait? Why put yourself through that? Why put your body through that? Okay, we have to start loving ourselves more. And if you love yourself like you say you do, you're not going to allow that to happen to you. You're not going to allow things to get that bad. You're going to get help sooner than later. Okay. So also what I want to mention as well is that you're no longer going to have pain. A lot of women that have fibroids, they have really bad cramps, painful cramps. And I always say this, cramps are never normal. Cramps are never normal. Pain is never normal. Stop normalizing pain in your life. Stop normalizing pain in your life. Okay. A lot of women feel like they're taking on Eve's burden. We know the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible, and what she was, cursed with. If you are I know not everybody is religious or into the, or of Christian, so this is totally fine. But I'm just saying, in the story, she was cursed with, having painful periods. That's one of the things she was cursed with, right? A lot of women are taking on her burden, and they're applying that to their lives. Is that you? Are you subconsciously taking on Eve's burden? Okay. Pain is not pain is not normal. It's not your burden. So stop taking it on. Your cycle should not be painful. You should not be doubling over in pain. You should not feel pain on your cycle. Okay. You should not feel pain on your cycle. That's not normal. So you're going to feel a lot less pain and eventually it will totally subside. Also, too, a lot of women have pain during sex when they have fibroids, depending on the location of the fibroid. Again, pain during sex is never normal, okay? So again, stop taking that on as, I just have to deal with that because I'm a woman. No, you don't. When your body is healed, you don't deal with these things. You don't deal with all these symptoms. Understand what it means when your body's trying to talk to you and let you know something's wrong. A lot of women are disconnected from their bodies, and they don't understand their body's cues, right? And if that's you, I have a whole community membership, the Moon Circle. That's actually one of the things that we work on. Deeper connection to the womb and deeper connection with the body, okay? Among many other things, among releasing emotional trauma in the womb, among, improving womb nutrition, right? Learning how to eat and also being in the community of women that are actually doing the same thing. So if you struggle with the diet portion, if you struggle with, connection to the womb, which most women that have fibroids do, if you struggle with connection to the body and having a lot of emotions in the body and not being able to release them, holding a lot of stuff in, then you need to check out the Moon Circle, okay? Again, our monthly membership link is in the description box. So another thing you're gonna feel, you're not gonna have bloating. When you know your fibroids are shrinking, you're not gonna have bloating. A lot of women that have fibroids have bloating almost every day. Not even just on their cycles, almost every day. There's a lot of women that have fibroids that they have the abdominal swelling, so that appears, they look like they're pregnant pretty much. So the fibroid is poking out. The fibroid is causing stomach protrusion, right? So they have that fibroid belly. which I know all women hate, and it can really take a toll on your self-esteem, your self-worth, different outfits that you wear when you have people asking you, are you pregnant, when you're not, right? That no woman likes that. I went through that too. No woman likes that. That really took a toll. You can't wear the outfits you want. You feel uncomfortable when you're on vacation. It's just no. No woman should have to go through that, and that is not normal to having it. That is a sign of toxicity in the body. Okay, so you're gonna see that dissolve. I had a client that she literally, if you look at her before picture, it looked like she was almost 9 months pregnant. She looked that like her uterus was the size of an 8-month pregnancy. It was huge. Everybody thought she was pregnant. She worked with me in my Detoxify You One program. But I think in 2.5 months, she showed me the picture of her belly, and I showed her before and after picture all the time. Flats. In 2.5 months. And she's had large fibroids and large cysts that probably are close to nothing now. Okay? Flat. Like in 2.5 months. Flat. Okay? That shows you the healing power, the healing capabilities that your body can heal. It doesn't have to take years. Some of you have been on this journey, fibroid shifting journey for years. It doesn't take years for the body to heal. Not when you know what you're doing. Okay? Not when you're working with a womb specialist, even if it's not me, even if it's somebody else. But when you're working with a specialist that knows that's had clients before, that's number one, because some of you guys will work with, a functional med doctor who doesn't know anything about fibroids, which doesn't make any sense, right? But that's a whole other conversation. I was just giving you a bunch of supplements, and you're not seeing results. I've heard women work with these people for years and not really see much of a difference, right? But when you work with somebody that has worked with clients before with your same problem, number one, that specializes in the womb, that has helped women get rid of adenomyosis, fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, right? There's a difference in doing this alone or with somebody that's not skilled in this and doing it with somebody that is skilled. You're going to see a huge difference in your results, okay? So I just want to reiterate that, all right? So you're going to feel, the bloating, you're going to feel your fibroid belly will dissolve if that you struggle with that. You're not going to be bloated. Being bloated, even on your menstrual cycle, is not normal. Did you know that? You're not supposed to feel bloating. Your bloating is inflammation. Bloating is not normal, okay? A lot of women have normalized bloating. They don't understand that, listen, it's not normal, okay? Again, because of these things have been normalized, unfortunately, a lot of women don't understand their bodies giving them cues, right? Their body's letting them know, listen, this is not, I'm not okay. You need to start supporting me, taking care. Like, a lot of women are disconnected from that, okay? And this is a huge concern because here's the thing. Women's health as a collective is in a toilet, especially our reproductive health. You have when it comes to infertility, rates are climbing like ever before. And I'm talking about even women in their 20s are running to IVF, which again is just feeding their bodies with synthetic estrogens, but that's a whole other conversation. And you have women running to IVF. You have women in their 20s. You have women from the age of 20 to 70 developing fibroids at a fast rates and just huge fibroids, right? So we have to do something. From endometriosis, almost every woman you talk to over the age of 20 has either PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, or heavy bleeding. It's becoming really, our health as a whole, women, is becoming worse and worse and worse as time goes on, okay? So hopefully this makes sense. Changes have to be made, or we're just gonna pass that toxicity to the next generation, and for them it's gonna be even worse. That's how it works, right? Like our mothers' generations, even though some of you guys' mothers may have had fibroids, it wasn't, back in their time, when they were in their 20s, 30s, it wasn't as bad as it is now. But now it's getting worse and worse and worse. You see that? So it gets worse and worse and worse if we don't do our part in healing. Okay? When you heal an entire generation. Did you know that? When you heal your body, naturally, not having surgery, because surgery, you just grow the fibroid right back. But when you heal your body, you address the root causes. You also heal emotionally. You heal an entire generation of women. You heal your lineage. Because you don't have to pass on toxicity to your children. Okay? How do we say we love our children, but we don't love them enough to get healthy, so we're not passing bad health down? okay? Now, so you're not gonna see any bloating when you are dealing with, when your fibroids are shrinking, okay? Or you're gonna see it again, not as often. For some women, the next period, that no more bloating. For some women, it does take time for it to subside. But if you know what you're doing, bloating should be gone quickly, okay? You're gonna feel more energy. You're gonna feel much more energy. You're gonna feel an overall sense of wellness. You're gonna sleep better. That's another thing too. Insomnia is at an all-time high, okay? And insomnia is when you struggle with going to sleep or you struggle with staying asleep, right? A lot of women deal with this. This is a hormonal imbalance. And you guys should know when your body is out of balance, fibroids, hormonal imbalance is a precursor to fibroids, right? So when you have fibroids, your body's out of balance by default. Because I hear some people that say, wait, I have fibroids, but my doctor told me that my hormones are fine. That's impossible. They're not checking for the right things, number one, or their test is not accurate. That's a whole other conversation, right? That's been proven. Those tests that your body's letting you know something, but you're going against it by getting tests, right? This is how disconnected we are. We listen to tests that we don't even know what's, over our own body. That's how disconnected a lot of people are. Your body is letting you know what's going on. Are you listening? And if you're on birth control, if you're tying your tubes, you're literally numbing your cues. When you're on, and this, I said I want to talk about this because I heard on that same video that went viral, a lot of women were saying that they were on birth control and their periods got better after birth control, or the periods are better now that they're on birth control. Let me just say this. You're not having a period when you're on birth control. That's number one. That is breakthrough bleeding because your body is suppressing your ovulation, your own natural hormones. Your body is suppressing that. And when you not ovulating every month is extremely unhealthy. That's number one. And we're going to learn about that in the free masterclass. I didn't even mention that on Thursday. It's been rescheduled to Thursday, October 3rd, 2024 at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have not registered for our free Elevate Your Menstrual Cycle masterclass, run to the link in my caption and register. It's free. And tell a friend and tell a friend. If you have reproductive health issues, you need to be there. If you have any issue with your menstrual cycle, you need to be there. Heavy, you're not ovulating correctly, or you're feeling pain during ovulation, that's another thing too. Let me add that to the list of how to know your fibroids are shrinking. But any reproductive health issue, you need to be there. Okay, you need to be in the building. You're gonna learn a lot in this masterclass, right? And how to elevate and improve your menstrual cycle. So click the link in my caption to register. Now, that's another thing too. Pain during ovulation is not normal. You spotting during ovulation is not normal. Okay, bloating that is not normal. Pain is never normal. Bloating is never normal. But a lot of women are experiencing, is it normal for me to experience? No, it's not normal. It's not normal, and you know that. That's why you're asking, right? So how are you going to operate at your full capacity when you're not even able to listen to your intuition, right? When you're not even able to listen to your body, right? This is really important. As a woman, that is one of our gifts, our intuition. But a lot of people are blocked off because their bodies are just filled with so much toxicity. If your digestive system is backed up, how do you listen to your intuition? Do you understand how important it is to have a clean gut? It just goes deeper. How can you operate at your true purpose or even know what that is when your body's clogged up with filth? And if you have fibroids, I'm sorry, that is the case. And your body's showing you. But it's like we have to have 100 tests, to confirm. Your body's letting you know what's going on. But you've made toxicity your new normal. You've made heavy cycles with clots your new normal. Bleeding for more than 3-4 days, which is ridiculous, your new normal. Having heavy periods, your new normal. You've made pain your new normal. And that's ridiculous. Listen, that's a miserable life. I used to live that life, so I know it's miserable. And I know what it could look like and what it has for many of my clients and for myself on the other side of freedom. Freedom. You deserve that freedom, okay? So as your body's healing as your body's shrinking your fibroids, you feel just an overall sense of wellness. You feel like a deeper connection with self, with your intuition, with your inner wisdom. You feel like you no longer feel like a stranger in your own body. You feel connection with your body, okay? So it's really important to understand that. Now, let me just say this. For women that are dealing with fibroids or ovarian cysts or other reproductive health issues, right? And you've been on this, maybe you've been on this fibroid shrinking journey for a while. You've been trying your best to shrink fibroids, or you've been online searching what can help shrink my fibroids, and you've been kind of like going around in circles, throwing spaghetti on the wall, trying this supplement, trying this tea, and nothing seems to be really working. You're not really seeing much movement. You're not seeing really much results. And this happens a lot, especially when women are kind of all over the place. I have an amazing program called My Detoxify Your Womb program, which is the best way to work with me because it's the highest level transformation. It's for the woman, high achieving women that want to transform their physical and their emotional health, okay? Because if we have fibroids, then we should know that there's also a lot of emotional trauma built up in the womb space. So it is for women that want to address the root causes of their fibroids, to completely heal from fibroids, so they're able to completely transform and connect with their true self, their highest version of themselves. Okay, it's not for women that just want small wins here and there and want to feel good temporarily. It's for women that want a new life and a beautiful life, that where she's connecting with her body, connecting with herself. Her, hormones have been restored. Her hormonal balances have been restored. She is fully in alignment, right? She's living her life in flow. Her womb is free of fibroids, cysts, or any other abnormal growths that do not belong there. This is what the program is for. That's the woman that the program is for. The woman that wants to achieve that, right? So I have an amazing special that's just gonna last a few days long, where you can work with me for 10 weeks, okay? So normally our Detoxify Your Womb program, we have 2 tiers, it's 3 months and 6 months. However, I do have a 10-week special. And if you want to extend after the 10 weeks, you totally can. But it's a 10-week special. We go to almost the end of the year, okay? Where you can work with me to transform. This is for women that want to be fibroid free in 2025. This is for women that want to walk into 2025 being totally different. They're not trying to walk into 2025 with the same fibroids, with the same issues, with the same health issues. You want to experience not just change, but the best version of yourself. You have big plans and big dreams for your life. How can you accomplish that when you have all these health issues and these fibroids wearing you down, this emotional trauma weighing you down? You can't. When I had all that stuff, and I see a lot of women who also had those issues, they were stagnant. Their lives reflected what was going on in their body. And that's what's going to happen when you don't, again, really take this journey on, and really, like I said, not just throw spaghetti at the wall trying to figure out on your own when you're not seeing the results, right? But really take it seriously, right? So even if you're not working with me, work with somebody that's helping you achieve massive results and see massive change. So I just want to reiterate that, because I want to specify who this program is for. Okay? So if you're interested in working with me for 10 weeks, our 10-week special, be sure to email me. My email will be in the description box. More information about my Detoxify Your Womb program will be in the description box, okay? You'll see the link to give you more information on the program. But this is for women that want to transform. We want to start as early as October 1st and go on to almost the end of the year. I'm only doing a special for literally just a few days. So if you're interested, listen, okay? And if you're in here for 10 weeks and you're like, listen, I just want to go the full journey, you definitely can, because I know people always ask me that all the time. They're like, well, what if I pick 10 weeks or 3 months and I want to do the full 6 months? You definitely can. You can upgrade and do that, okay? Once you get in. A lot of women have done that. They've worked with me for a small period of time, and then they're like, listen, I want to extend, because I'm getting amazing results, and I've seen, the changes, and I love it here, right? It's the community of women, high achieving women. Again, this is for my elite women that are ready to soar, okay? Ready to soar, all right? So more information about our Detoxify Your Womb program in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share it with a friend. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.